Should government impose congestion pricing in large cities? Hi everyone, today I'd like to discuss a policy that has become increasingly common in major metropolitan areas. Should government impose congestion pricing to reduce urban traffic? Traffic congestion is one of the most persistent problems facing modern cities. As urban populations continue to grow, roads become increasingly crowded, commuting times lengthen, and air pollution intensifies. Congestion not only wastes time but also imposes significant economic costs by reducing productivity and increasing fuel consumption. Consequently, many economists have proposed congestion pricing, a system in which drivers pay a fee for entering heavily congested areas during peak hours. Supporters argue that congestion pricing is a textbook application of economic theory. Traffic congestion represents a negative externality. When an additional driver enters a crowded road, that driver increases travel time for everyone else without bearing the full social cost of the decision. As a result, individuals tend to overuse scarce road space. By charging drivers a congestion fee, governments can encourage individuals to consider the broader social costs of their travel decisions. This aligns private incentives with social welfare. Another advantage is the efficient allocation of limited infrastructure. Unlike building new roads, which often requires enormous financial investment and may simply induce additional traffic demand, congestion pricing manages existing road capacity more efficiently. Many commuters shift to public transportation, travel at different times, or combine multiple errands into a single trip. The result is smoother traffic flow and shorter travel times for those who continue to drive. Moreover, congestion pricing generates public revenue. If these funds are invested in buses, subways, bicycle infrastructure, or pedestrian facilities, cities can improve transportation alternatives while reducing environmental pollution. Economists therefore argue that congestion pricing may simultaneously promote economic efficiency, environmental sustainability, and fiscal responsibility. However, critics argue that congestion pricing raises concerns about equity. Flat congestion charges may disproportionately burden low-income workers who cannot easily adjust their work schedules or relocate closer to their workplaces. For wealthier individuals, the fee may represent only a minor inconvenience, whereas for lower-income households, it may constitute a substantial financial burden. This could produce unequal access to urban mobility. Another concern involves public transportation capacity. Congestion pricing can succeed only if reliable alternatives exist. If buses and trains are overcrowded, unreliable, or unavailable, charging drivers simply increases costs without providing realistic transportation options. In such circumstances, the policy may reduce fairness without significantly improving efficiency. In my opinion, congestion pricing is an economically sound policy, but its success depends on institutional design. Governments should introduce congestion charges only after investing sufficiently in affordable and reliable public transportation. They should also consider exemptions or targeted rebates for lower-income commuters who lack practical alternatives. An efficient policy should also remain socially equitable. Ultimately, congestion is not merely an engineering problem. It is a problem of allocating scarce public resources. Road space, like any scarce resource, requires thoughtful management. The challenge is designing policies that maximize efficiency while maintaining fairness and public trust. So here's my question for you. Should governments charge drivers for using congested roads during peak hours, or should access to public roads remain free regardless of traffic conditions? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for listening. See you next time.